Hello, friends. It is so good to be with you again. It's been a while since I've been able to do a video, and as you can tell, my voice is not quite back to normal yet. We've had a few bouts of sicknesses in my household, and I think we're finally on the mend and finally getting out of that. But it is so great to be back with you via video and not just the written word. So, hey, I don't know about you, but it's snowing outside my window right now. And it is so beautiful, almost magical, I think, to watch the snow fall. It's so soft and so silent. You know, you can wake up in the morning and all of a sudden you see a blanket of white on the ground and you see rooftops that are blanketed with snow, and it's just beautiful. I hope that you are enjoying this season as we enter into the week of Thanksgiving. Maybe where you live, you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, but if you are, if you're getting ready to celebrate the holidays, whether it be Thanksgiving or Christmas, I have have a couple of tips, a couple of ideas to help us really make the most of these holidays, to really enjoy them and try to be radiant in the midst of what can be kind of a busy, sometimes chaotic or crazy time. I'm hoping that we can be radiant as we navigate and enjoy this holiday season. So, my first idea for all you crafty people out there, and you don't have to be very crafty to do this, but if you want kind of a little last minute something you can put on your table or something you can do with your guests at Thanksgiving, you could make a thankful trivet. And this is something I did a few years ago. And if you'll notice, it's just a round piece of cork with some stones that you can probably get at the dollar store if you live near a store like that. And you get a few markers like gold and silver that you can use to write on the stones, different things that you're thankful for, and then just glue them on to the cork, and voila, you have a trivet. The cork I actually got at IKEA. It comes in a 3-pack, very inexpensive. So it might cost maybe $5 to make the whole thing, but you could probably make a few of them at once, and that might be a fun activity to do either before or during your Thanksgiving party. Another thing that we tend to do at Thanksgiving time is we might make a thankful tree. And so what I did is I took some just brown packing paper that came in a package I received, and I kind of scrunched it up and put it on the wall to create like a tree trunk and some branches. And then I cut out some construction paper in the shape of leaves. And each day I've been asking my family what they're thankful for. And so I write down the different things that they're saying, and then I just tape them up on the wall. And so far we've had some really interesting things, especially from the 4-year-old. He is thankful for chocolate. Yes, he is my son. He's also thankful for slime and pizza. But it was really cool because one thing he said he was thankful for was the Arboretum. And that's a place that we've gotten to go a few times over the last few months. And he just loves being outdoors and enjoying that. And then most recently, he said that he was thankful for the fact that Jesus died on the cross and rose again. Oh my word. It was wonderful to hear that come out of his mouth unprompted. And so I hope that that means that we're doing something right as parents. So anyway, that's just another fun way, really inexpensive, kind of a fun way to just celebrate the season and celebrate that attitude of gratitude and try to cultivate that in our lives. Now, the third thing that I have that might help us kind of enjoy the holidays even more, especially in the midst of what can be kind of a busy time, or, you know, maybe you've got some family drama and you're kind of maybe not looking forward to having people over for Thanksgiving or going over to someone's house, and you're thinking, oh, I have to sit by Aunt so-and-so or Uncle so-and-so, and, you know, and you're thinking, I don't know if I want to do that. Or you're kind of dreading it instead of saying, you know what, this has the potential to be a great holiday. How can I be radiant in the midst of maybe a little family dysfunction or a little family drama? And I have a couple of thoughts on that. One is, I think that it's kind of traditional, at least in some circles, to kind of go around the table at your Thanksgiving meal and say what you're thankful for. Um, and that's definitely a great way to cultivate that attitude of gratitude. But I was just thinking about, giving thanks to the Lord specifically. It's one thing to say, I'm thankful for such and such or so and so, but it's another thing to say, I give thanks to the Lord for such and such or so and so. Just remembering who the source is. And if you look at Psalm 107, you'll see, give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love. You'll see that kind of repeated over in the psalm. Or if you go to Psalm 118, you'll see, I will enter the gates of the Lord, and I will give him praise. I will give him thanks. And it's just such a sweet time for us to remember to whom we are thankful for all that we have and for all that he has done for us. Now, in the midst of craziness, if you're trying to get a meal on the table and you're coordinating, a lot of the cooking, the baking, and you've got kids running around, or you've got family underfoot, or pets or whatever, I know that can be a little chaotic, and you may just be tempted to, kind of stress out. And I have a little phrase that you might be able to say to yourself that might kind of help bring it together. And the phrase is center down. Let me read something for you from the book, The Signature of Jesus. It's a book I talked about in my last post, and it's by Brennan Manning. And he says, the Spirit of Jesus provides a way for us to live on the surface and out of the depths at the same time. On the surface, we can think, dialogue, plan, and be fully present to the demands of the daily routine. Simultaneously and deeply within, we can be in prayer, adoration, thanksgiving, and attentiveness to the Spirit. The secret places of the heart become a sanctuary of praise in the noisy playpen of the marketplace. I love that phrase. I kind of changed it in my own mind to say the noisy playpen of my house. What masters of the interior life recommend is the discipline of centering down throughout the day, a quiet, persistent turning to God while driving, cooking, conversing, writing, and so on. After weeks and months of practice, relapse, discouragement, and returns to the center, this discipline becomes a habit. Brother Lawrence called it the practice of the presence of God. And I just love that idea. And I'll tell you, I have said the phrase or the words center down to myself several times over the last week or so as things have gotten a little crazy at times. And it just helps. It helps refocus me on Jesus. And I think if we can do that in the holiday season, in Thanksgiving and Christmas, and instead of getting caught up in the busyness, we remember why it is we're thankful, to whom we are thankful, and why we're celebrating the Christmas season as well coming up. And it's because of Jesus. It's because of his birth and for all that he did for us. And I think that helps us refocus and reframe and recenter and center down so that we can really enjoy the holidays and remember what they're about, why we celebrate. Hey, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. If you want to comment below, please do. I would love to hear some fun crafts that you do for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, or some fun traditions you have to share how you're thankful. Maybe you do something different with your family. So any thoughts or comments, I would love to hear them. But until next time, let us go be radiant this week and have a happy Thanksgiving.